Hello, good evening, everyone. I don't know if you see any geometry changes, but my sim rig is pretty like maybe angled 5 degrees more forward than before. I wonder how it's gonna look like when I do the geometry changes, but maybe yeah, I think it doesn't really seem like anything. The face camera not, but maybe the only obvious thing is that the zoom of the main camera is a bit off because basically I had a little bit of back pain and I realized that I am way too much angled, like in F1 kind of position, and because a couple of hours every other day on my back can result in bad pressure on certain like vertebrae or whatever it's called. I had to spend half of my day adjusting my sim rig. Anyway, here we go. We have a bit of a setup here. Is this ×2 fuel? I think it is. Is it? Let me check online status. Yeah, it is of course ×2, so I don't know what fuel even to take. 7, 14, 28, 40... I'm gonna take 50, whatever. 2 laps. 14, a bit less than 50. 45. Softs. Let's go. Oh, my FFB is not on. Where is FFB? Yeah, I'm gonna open my chat soon, but I don't know why I don't have force feedback now. Okay, FFB is back. Right, where is the chat? It's here. And we are functional. Okay, well, wake experience, 40 minutes of Le Mans, 2 quali attempts, second of those probably on very overheating softs. Hi Husarius, hi Christ, hi Naimc. This is, it's different than normally. Wake experience normally is fixed setup, but for this week, for some reason we have open setup, and it's gonna be fun because we actually have like huge grid here. Like, is it 60 cars? So it is like hypercars and GTE for wake experience instead of GT3s, and then for the classic Proto Cup, it's LMP2 and GT3. So it's they have mixed it up to probably lure a bit more people into the other race. Hi Fabio. Le Mans Mulsanne also open. Okay, well then they decided that they want a bit more of open setups. So I was like, well, I mean, if it's open setup, then I might as well take my Peugeot, do a couple of clicks and see how it goes, because at Fuji VMS Pro I was a little bit eaten alive setup wise by Quali, the other Peugeot on the grid, who comes from ACC, and he produced a better setup than I, and first out-qualified me, second after I passed him the start, he caught back with me and had better pace. So I need to do a bit of a better job. So I did some clicks. Maybe I have overdone the stiffness of the car now. I was probably riding the backers too much before, but let's see. Should be stable through here. More than the LMP2 fixed for sure. Joe was on wet set. Yeah, he had a lot of wing. But even in the dry, he was catching up with me. So yeah, his wet setup worked in the dry as well pretty well. Anyway, Peugeot is kind of good for straights because low drag and so on, so let's hope it works here. The tires are quite cold, soft should be fine. Okay, well, here we go. Haven't driven Le Mans in a while. Have to kind of remind myself of braking points. I think the rear is a little bit too stiff, but it rotates so well. Although softs are always like that. Grips a lot, but it's a bit more nervous. Should be better on mediums. No purple though. Ah, purple is for sector 1 only, of course. And I don't really have the downforce for sector 1. What's going on with the tires? Like, it's 42 track temp. There is something in LMU that makes the tires heat up way too slow. Like, this is mediums conditions. I think I had the purple for like 2 seconds. Somebody stole it. Yeah, let's see about Peugeot and Bahrain. So this Sunday we have VMS Pro round 3 at Bahrain. That's gonna get some answers. Hi Vandal. Rotation. I'm scared of the last chicane. Cut it and you have both laps invalidated. Into P1, okay. One more attempt. Really good rear support, but it's a bit nervous on the entries. think I have just about enough fuel, right? Just about too little traction control. Maybe a bit more slip. The tires will be screaming in sector 3 now. Hi Killian. Quite tight gaps from P2 to P8, I see. And that's a bit too wide. That extra road on the left and the curb is so inviting, but it somehow never produces a better lap time. Still better to go for it than to lift on the exit. Full send. Too much sand, but Menard got me in the end. That last chicane, I always struggle there. Well, at least sector 2 is purple, which means I have the best speed. Best top speed. Okay, that's gonna be fun. So Maynard was on mediums. I don't know, like, if I can trust the tiny pedal. Like, it's showing medium, soft, medium. Yeah, I mean, both tires are probably thereabout. That's quite a close grid there. What did they have? 0.89. And about tires, mediums of course. Softs will not survive long. Calculator time. 40 minutes. 1 minute will go for pit stop. Then we divide that by 180, 204-ish. 12 laps. So our target is 16.6%. That's easy. Easy one stopper. I mean 16.6, yeah, that's like 8.3. If it was times 1 fuel, that sounds normal. Poor Nico. Internet issue probably. So, I mean, I brought a Peugeot to a Ferrari fight. Let's see how it goes. Thinking of potential setup click, but I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll just adjust a bit of anti-roll bar in the car. Okay, well. Start. Maybe front +1 on the ARB. We'll keep the tires, of course. So, okay, I had 17.01 on my quali lap, if that's correct in the overlay. So that means very marginal lift and coasting, or just a bit of short shifting. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm slowing down, come on. Forgot what's the situation when it comes to Le Mans pit entry, because some people have been skipping the chicane. I think some people got penalized for that in the championships. The Peugeot launch. The mandatory rear tap. And the full send, come on. Now I hope I have enough of top speed here. Should have. This Peugeot, it's just not easy on the race starts, because it just doesn't pull away. But I would be in the kind of tow if I didn't get bumped into that turn 4. And they will be cooperating ahead. Ah, they will not be cooperating. Beautiful. It's again this deja vu from Fuji. Ferraris at start just hit up the tires faster. And I'm here in 70.5 on the right side, just trying to stay alive. Please lift. Thank you. Yeah, I desperately need that tow ahead. No sixth sense, it's just like Peugeot and Toyota have a big problem at the start. Orange cut, don't do that. Okay. Now I hope the Ferraris start to burn the tires. Let that be the final cut. But they are fast ahead. The Peugeot is really funny, it doesn't have a lot of power, but then top speed wise it's really good. The Ferraris ahead are using marginally more fuel or energy. I think I lose quite a lot in high-speed corners. Why is it... Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem with this system. You have to lift within some seconds, and then if the car behind doesn't want to drive around you, he will just smash into the rear. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm in trouble. No cuts anymore. But I lifted, like, why did it stay orange? I kept lifting for 3 seconds. Didn't even go yellow. And I really didn't gain that much time. Doesn't seem right to me. So, repair all. Nope, we will not be repairing. I'll try to stick in some slipstream for a little bit, although that was an aggressive lift and coast. I thought the Peugeot would have a bit more pace after Quali, but like there is no chance I follow those Ferraris. A Peugeot has less downforce. But it's not a big difference, you know. I mean, the 23 Peugeot doesn't even have the rear wing, so it kind of is a big difference, but the 24 has a little bit of a wing. Well, P1, P2 are not really looking at their virtual energy. They will have to save a little bit. I think the Peugeot loses like half a tenth on every exit and acceleration, and then a little bit in high speed corners. So let's see now half a second into Porsches. Well, the Ferrari had messed it up. But he still gained a tenth. Very close to a cut. I will have to work quite hard for VMS Pro to be able to beat all the Ferrari guys, and there is many of them. I don't see the mirror on the right or on the left, but the virtual mirror in the center is good enough for me. It's a bit wide. I mean, the Peugeot is for sure better in Sector 2. And I always gain a bit in Sector 2, but I just lose so much in Sector 3. I'm surprised because Ferrari normally struggles with tire temp more than the Peugeot in hot conditions. But my front left is already 98, although I've been sanding it. But it's just the BOP of how it stands. Ferrari is just really good. There is a reason why people choose it so much. But still I thought that the Peugeot should be at least competitive, so maybe I have done a big mistake in the setup, but it looked good on paper. And it handles well, but I'm just losing time, so 5 seconds to the leaders already, oof. Yeah, 6th sense, I do my own setups. Okay, well, thank you, purple Porsche, but that wasn't necessary. He must have been losing it through the whole Indy King and then finally lost it on the entry. So 1 to go. Battle or lifting coast? Slipstream, that's good. Yeah, Ferrari is really good. Setup tips video for Peugeot, I mean, not on my priority list for now, but I will see. hoped for a better switchback. There is just a phase in the corner exit where the Peugeot's rears say nope and TC kicks in. But maybe this is a good time to go for a move if I can get further enough or far enough. Okay, I didn't want to battle. But what happened there? Don't think I pushed him off or anything. But I mean, since this kind of looks like battle for P3, I guess this is a good situation, or better than before. Even if we lost a second to the leaders. Well, box. I mean, I did say 2% more, but 2% is like 1 second. Will not mean much. I did think of underfueling a bit. I could underfuel like 5%, maybe get into tow, and then I could still easily save it. But they are so far ahead, P1 and P2, and they're just gonna run away. Well, there is a reason why I like the Peugeot. It just, it always felt really like stable and neutral and drivable and no drama, and just glided through corners, and it obeyed my inputs. Although now on this slightly more forgiving tire model, it's maybe not that great anymore. Okay, what is going on? What was that? That was the P2 guy. Oh no. I mean, oh yes. Not gonna lose that much DR now. Yeah, I mean, the tires always were kind of a bit tricky to drive in LMU, because they are... they have half solved the sliding issue of R factor 2. And then the Peugeot was just better at maintaining the low slip and so on, but now that it got a bit easier to drift around after December, maybe I don't like it that much anymore, but I still, I don't know, I took it for VMS Pro, for the series, because everybody took the Ferrari or the Toyota, and I just thought... well, why not take something different, and I tested both, or like all cars, and actually got the best lap times with the Peugeot, so I just took it. Hi Joao, good evening Wilco. Dive. it's also a bit of a gamble, because the Ferrari really looks like the best choice all around now, so when there is a new update it will probably get BOP'd, you know, and then suddenly the relatively Peugeot will be quite good. Although with all the tire updates that should be coming, who knows what happens then, and what car will be quick and what car will not be quick. But they will make a good job with BOP, so that it's gonna be fair and every car should be decent. My braking point board got kicked over. Nicolini didn't even start, he disconnected in Quali. Am I close enough? I am. What are those drive-thrus behind? Everybody getting cuts? I mean, I'm one proper cut away from a drive-thru, so... If the Peugeot just got a bit more exit performance, would be really good. And I don't know what's the deal with it. I'm not sure if it's power that's being low or if it's just the traction. Because sometimes on acceleration, like on race starts, I mean it is about initial traction a bit, but it's also about the power band and how quickly it accelerates, right? So that's eventually power related. But out of corners it continuously feels like it just misses a bit of grip. But it's kind of like Toyota. Toyota is like heavy into traction control as well. Yeah, main Horst crashed in pits. I'm gonna check the replay later, but I didn't quite understand what happened there in the pit lane. I got like swarmed from the left and the right. Luckily nobody crashed into me. Oh! Oi 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 oi. I am sorry. I thought I have avoided him, but... I am so sorry. He was about to spin himself, so I just made the situation quicker. Ay ay ay. I really thought I was avoiding him, but... Okay, replays will tell. Yeah, something about the track limits here is wrong. I talk a bit too early. Yeah, I mean at this point I should just keep the P2, not let P3 catch me up. But it was 2 orange cuts for me as well before. And both times I lifted a bit, while the second time I lifted a lot. But still it kept being orange. Yeah, Fabio. True that. Yeah, more drive-thrus behind for Michael. What's going on with P1? One problem with Peugeot as well is that sometimes it just will not make it to the apex. It feels like the front kind of starts biting but then just says no. And maybe the leader had a bit of a cut and had to brake and lose a second to avoid the cut. P3 is gaining though. That curb is so tricky with track limits. Take it like naturally and you will get a cut. And I never know at what point the cut is. The track limit system, it's for sure like hard to understand. It's very good in theory, but we would need to see the actual number, like how many units of measurement are we off the target. So like how much we have to lift, it just shows, well, red, orange, yellow, green, instead of having like 20 seconds to lose the time. I imagine there's a car in the wall, but he's escaped. Or maybe not, there's a wing. Ah, P3 got through. That's a problem. But I mean, I got kind of boxed in. Going around the left side in that weird flat out chicane out of Porsche curves is always so tricky. Or so risky. Yeah, true, look, I mean, something is like the limit and then there is some overriding factor how far behind the limit you can go or behind the white line you can go. And then at some point, someone who created the track limits thought that the white line in the chicanes should be the actual limit. I mean, arguably there is no other visible limit there, but I mean the curbs are... like the curb should be takeable, right? But here we can go inside, but here we cannot. Like, have to stay on the right side of the curb. And I went way too deep into the corner, and now I am in trouble. Indy 500 on R-Tractor 2 next week. The overtake GG1. So it will be a weird format. I think there is qualifying on Monday and then the race on Friday. I need to look better at the rule book and so on. Here comes the Ferrari. He lifted. Two very long laps to go. No, but P1 is maybe damaged a bit or struggling. He keeps losing time. I was just waiting for a big orange square on the right side, but no cut. 4/10. Free. At least I'm doing well in the chicanes. And I see this race is gonna go longer than anticipated, but luckily I have already registered for the next one that starts in 4 minutes. Only 5 slip angle, what do you mean? I mean the traction control. It's on 6. And don't ask me why, because I'm just trying out something. The higher you put TC slip, the more kind of on-off it goes. In exits it feels weird. Yeah, I mean, it feels good in some way, but worse in other way. last one. Yeah, the times in the schedule are a bit wrong. It said that it's 56 minutes for this. It's gonna be more than an hour. But I should be able to join right into Quali session at the GT3 Fixed. And luckily the Ferrari behind kind of gave up. So at least I shouldn't lose the DR here. Maybe as well the Ferraris are hitting or overheating the tires. And that's why I'm relatively quicker now than at the start. And that's always the case. Yeah, I'm gonna cross the line, smash the brake pedal, smash the escape button and try to quickly join. I don't like that blue Ferrari. But I have already pre-registered for the Spa Open with the Mustang, so should be all good. I was scared that I'm gonna get stuck behind that Porsche, but looks like there is a popular parking spot. And across the line, brake, 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 escape. Come on, exit. And join. Come on. Oof, well that was a... I don't know if that was a nice race at Le Mans or not. I hoped I would have more speed there. I mean, in the end, I didn't finish too far behind the leader, but I don't know, it felt like I'm losing half a second per lap in the first stint. Oh, we even have a little bit of practice session. Which is nice. You can exit without braking. Can I? I think it said I have to stop the car to escape. I don't know. But yeah, 500 people registered. That's gonna be 25 splits. I didn't check the exact number. Yeah, that's a bit more planted than my Peugeot hypercar, for sure. Still quite sideways on the entry. Okay, 8 minutes, what's gonna be that, 5 laps? No, 4 laps. I'm just gonna smash drive. Hi Shark. Someone with stop and go already. I mean, I was about to power through the pit exit as well. So a bit less traction control, brake bias, rearwards, survive Eau Rouge and Redilon. I think that's still the meta, right? Brake bias all the way to the rear and abuse ABS. 19.9 race fuel, copy. Well, I have to test out that escape without braking. I think I'm fine here, luckily. I think my system clock is always like a minute ahead for some reason, even though it's synced. Oh, the tire's already hot. That's weird. Ah, it's okay, of course. We have tire warmers here in bronze races. Yeah, I don't want to overwork the tires. So Shark, the idea was to have update in May and update in June. That's what they thought, or like that's what they posted some months ago. But now let's see what happens. Several updates before were already postponed by a month, so there should be something around the 24 Le Mans, the real race. There should be some big update around that time for sure, I think. It must be, right? Anyway, Quali, let's go. Apex is lava. What wing do we have here? Can I even see it? Wing 6, okay. I remember making a setup for this car here. With 6 wing, it's so stable through Eau Rouge, but on like lower wing levels it becomes so sketchy. Such a good balanced car. Feels so good, like no practice, but I know roughly how it drives and I know the track, and it's just possible to push and hit all the apexes. So good when such situation happens. Yeah, well, didn't quite hit that one. But I can always blame ABS. I mean, LMDH is viable for sure. I actually wanted to take Porsche or BMW for Le Mans, but then I thought, well, I'm gonna spend a little bit of my time testing the Peugeot because I need the data for VMS Pro series. I'm not hitting the limiter yet, right? Yeah, but potentially I'm having too much TC here. I got orange cut for less of an infraction at Le Mans. Or maybe it was strict cuts for Le Mans and it's kind of default or relaxed here for bronze. Really improving much. Power tires way too hot. Okay, I think I should be able to gain a bit in the last chicane, right? A bit less ABS. Indeed, 2/10. Now let's see how bad overheating tires are. Hi Lamush, welcome. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But this happens when you bring Ford to a Ford party. It's possible to get easy pole. But if you bring Peugeot to Ferrari party, nope. The tires had enough. Delta didn't have enough though. That was such a messy sector too, but all the apexes were kind of taken. It's not that hot, right? I hope they fix this disparity between air and track temps. Sometimes air is 15 and track 40. And sometimes track is 15 and air is 28 and so on. Anyway, yeah, hot tires are hot. Maybe 3/4 of pace with 100 Celsius. But it's a pole position, which is nice. 5% used. So 9 laps times 545. Actually, no, that's the ratio, right? I mean, I could just... I could just trust the game. It was telling me that I need a bit less of a fuel ratio. Well, a bit of a safety margin. And a bit for the formation lap. Starts in a minute. Yeah, I tried, Danik, I tried even less than 85. I think I was... What was it? It was the Mclaren at Interlagos. I was racing like 65 or 70 and I was still running straight into ABS when I fully went on throttle, on brake. But Interlagos heavy braking zones are kind of curved, so... Yeah. But I mean, it's a good call. I'm gonna just do 10% less. And I'm gonna quickly try not to miss the race as well. 20 seconds. I'm gonna adjust from the car. What did I have? 5 to 5. That's fine. Or 5 or 4 to 4 is fine as well. Maybe a bit less ABS for turn 1. Yeah, ABS for hairpins has to be lower. Otherwise it restricts your rotation. But that's in case that you are not really managing the inputs. If you don't go deep into ABS, if you threshold brake, then you will see some benefits from using more ABS, because kind of the small notches in lockups or in tire temps are less aggressive, so you save tires better. But I don't really know what's better in esports regards. Have to properly test one day. But maybe on some updated tires. But for sure it depends on the car as well. Alright, so don't react to the Rolex advertisement, but react to the actual speed. Or, yeah. Yeah. You saw the car behind me. Got baited by the advertisement. Now what's the chance of the Ferrari losing it from P3 to the barrier through Eau Rouge? Ferrari survived. What kind of sorcery is that? If you don't know what I'm saying, there is some kind of a problem with Ferrari and slipstream. It just loses all the rear grip. Anyway, we defended the lead. Now the idea is to preserve the tires a bit, so they don't go above 100, because my quali pushing was a bit over the top. Oopsie. Yeah, that second gear is... It's so inviting to downshift to have more rotation, but then the rear doesn't want it. what a move from the Ford. GG, well. I'm sorry. Did he brake early or... I don't know. Well, he'll not be happy with me here, so I will not even try around the outside. I mean, I know I lost it in Sector 2, it was because I kept ABS 8, so the rear stability wasn't what I expected it to be. And I'm already boiling the tires. Yeah, enough rotation in third, enough power in third, no need for second. Yeah, the Porsche got absolutely destroyed by BOP now. It's not BOP, it's just the Porsche is broken, I think, at the moment. Maybe BOP is fine, but the car itself, it's not driving correctly. Like the geometry of the car, it's fully wrong. So 4/10, is that enough for a good tow? I mean, it's a good overspeed, but not close enough. Likes, oh dear, maybe it's YouTube issue. Sometimes I click and the stats are fully wrong. Like every time after stream I look at different metrics and like one says 1000 views, one says 300, one says 700, like it's all over the place. Just like my front right grip. Yeah, there you go, Walter. I just keep spamming the F5 and eventually stuff is correct. But much appreciated for the helpful thought of requiring more likes, you know, for the algorithm, so it doesn't do bad stuff to my channel. So all the likes already clicked and that are to be clicked, much appreciated. And let's have a go here. Now that switch back out of bus stop doesn't really work as well as it would seem. almost too close here, so I short shifted a bit. And that's gonna be a cut. And that means I shouldn't really go for the move. Eliminal, thank you for the sub. Hi Clement. And that Le Mans race was fine. I will check the replay after this. But I had roughly negative 2 minutes to check replays before joining this, so I will check after. Hi Pierre. Yeah, I'm about to have to send it because the timer is ticking. The joys of being too close for overspeed. He scared me a bit by chopping across. There is some mystery about the last corner here. I had a better line, but he got better exit still. Okay, that should be 3 tenths. It's 4 tenths gap. Free. He upshifts too soon, I think. Good racing, I think. We both left enough space for each other. I mean, arguably I completed the move off track, but the game said it was fine because it was only a green cut, so... I did expect to be pushed off a little bit more after bumping him into T1 some laps ago. Yeah, Ford has some weird thing with the RPM. I was checking long gears versus short gears, and I figured out that it was better to just fully over rev 5th gear in the long gears, because 16 short gears is just too long. Even with power already dropping in the high RPM, it's not max power at max RPM, but I was looking also at the efficiency, like fuel usage and so on, and it was still better to just fully over rev in 5th. I think I'm gonna hit 255. Nope. I think I hit 255 in Quali. I'm gonna check 6th gear next lap. But it was visible when the old leader out of ready long shifted to 6th. I suddenly gained a lot of overspeed. So that was crucial for me to get alongside. I look forward to the day where the tire update will come and fix the need or the ability to lose the rear into Peugeot, because that's really not how it should be. Or well, I mean, on fresh tires, I've read and heard that that's how the cars drive, or that's how they can drive in real life. But it does mean as well that in 3 laps you'll be 3 seconds of pace if you do it. But arguably, if you have such a rear micro slide into Peugeot, you're probably gonna lose the rear altogether. Try shifting after the line. Okay, I will try. I was standing here at this wall in real life 8 months ago, 10 months ago, and I saw people using that red sausage anti-cut on the exit of turn 1. Right, so after the white line, we upshift. To 55, 50... Ah, okay. Okay, 4 kph more. Interesting. I mean, maybe we actually are on the shorter gears now, because the rear wing is very high. I was using less for my setup. And I didn't really see more than 1 kph difference. Where is the grip? Fully gone. Blanchimon is a weird one. Sometimes, as you turn in, effectively RPMs rise, and maybe at the apex there is a bump or two. And it actually means that you hit the rev limiter quicker. Or maybe it has something to do with the differential, or like with outside tires rotating faster than inside. So often you can find yourself actually having to upshift to avoid losing power. So upshift, let's see what happens with the delta. Yeah, here it slowly starts dropping. So it makes sense to upshift there. So yeah, indeed, like this, it's 9 lights, each light is 1% of RPM band. And yeah, in the last percent, the power surely drops quite a bit. I have the last two lighting up at the same time, so 98 and 99% of RPM reached. I think it's the case with most of the cars here in LMU that optimal shift point is at like 97%. Except the Ferrari hypercar, Ferrari GT3 as well and GTE. I think BMW as well, the GT3. And this really feels more like Ford Fiesta RS now. Wrong button. Well, I guess no more fast laps after the cut. It's tricky with this rear. Anyway, let me just drive safely over the finish line. Oh, this mic is too close. Sorry if there's some audio clipping. Yeah, on ABS 7 the rear really starts dancing around if I floor the brake. Alright, that's a P1. How many splits were there? 26 splits. Really good numbers to see. That's 26 servers working hopefully flawlessly. Let me check that start. I mean, the start was fine. What wasn't fine was the sector 2. Too low ABS and downshift to second, and then the front pushes wide. And then I'm ABSing off the apex like a complete noob. You can just see it, like how the car stopped braking. Yeah, I turn in with still fully left foot buried into the brake pedal. Of course, it's not gonna rotate at all. Then he carries around the outside. I didn't want to really touch him, but it's a narrow exit there. And then, yeah, that's so bad for me. But again, I broke kind of 2 meters earlier, or yeah, earlier than I would on the racing line. I think he was just early on the brakes. I mean, yeah, my bad either way. But this was nice here. Now this was not nice because it was a cut. I think it was here. Yeah, here he upshifted. A bit too early. What would Max do? I was just enough alongside so that he couldn't really squeeze me off here. And the Ford is such a substantial car. Alright, I mean, was fair enough for me to take a bit of gravel because he was going to the white line as well, so... Alright. Then let's register for the next one. +1. What did I gain before? $1.5. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to check the replay of this. I mean, Eau Rouge is, it depends on the car, kind of. That Mustang on fixed setup is pretty stable, but you really have to take all the curb on the left at the first kink. I'm gonna first register here. Daily, intermediate, prototype trophy. And I will take... what did I want to take? I wanted to take the Mclaren. Because I kind of have a setup for it. Jure is here. Ooh. Good to see. Finally. For a reference, Jure is a fast Slovenian ACC racer. I beat him once in ACC. He beat me every other time. And when I beat him, he was just like a second or two behind. Right. Let me check the replay then. There is no hypercar in that. I mean, where is the hypercars at all? Like, at the moment, there is no hypercar in beginner, or like, if I check the schedule. Yeah, there is only GT3s and Protos, and then there is only hypercar at Le Mans, and then there is no hypercar in Prototype. But advanced is, well, probably not too populated or like. There was hypercar previous week, I think. What did I want to check this one? Load. I almost forgot what happened in this race. I think it was the start where I lost like 2 seconds and the draft, right? Need to check that, and then the battle for P3. I think there must have been a hypercar previous week. Maybe I have fully forgotten. I think it was once available. Or twice in this whole year. But yeah, they usually want it to stay in the silver races. The real road still loading. The marbles everywhere. Right. So the Peugeot start. At this point I have more speed. Or same speed. And here I have 5 kph less. How can you race like that? And then I was safe. Yeah, there was a bit of course. There is always some very much required bonking in turn 1. I went too wide. Where do you want me to go? Peugeot, just too slow. Eaten alive. Yeah, I mean, come on. I was sent off track here so many times. I mean, probably was like 2 times, but or 3, but it feels like I knew that something is coming, so I just left some margin. Look at that slip angle. That's not... That is so not right. It will get fixed. They are working on the tires. But you can see from here like how I'm 4-wheel drifting through the corner. Okay. And then he passed me. I just let him through because I was struggling so much. Where am... so... Lap 3 I let him through. I think it was lap 5. No, lap 6. Yeah, we boxed in the end of lap 6. Yeah, he made a bit of a mistake, and then I decided I should go for it. He decided he's not gonna yield, so he sent it into the apex. We all touched. That was quite a daring move here. I kind of like wanted to scare him a bit from the right so he would yield, but I intended to leave the space. But he got scared onto the curb. He had a bit of a rear drift and then the front pushed into the corner. Yeah, we were both in the left part of the track here. Oops. and then we got kind of stuck together, so... Ah, and then I have to say big thank you to Shannon for a bit of a turbo boost. And then pit lane. Then... Ooh, wow. Oof. Ah, the curb. Oh, that ended much better than it could. Could easily have been 2 cars in the wall at 200. Ooh. Ah, he was so short on virtual energy. Or maybe he had a cut and had to yield. Right, so I box. I'm gonna just click through a bit. And then I get rotated. Ah. Ah. Okay. Oh no. That was Jan. What? So he gets rotated, exits with unsafe release. I mean, I see what he wanted to do. Like he didn't want to brake to go back to the fast lane, so he decided he should find a space. But these cars are big, you know. I mean, arguably he had a bit of space still to the right, but not much. Luckily, there is no damage to the cars that are currently being boxed. Yeah, then he banged, or yeah, banged the pit wall again, and then he banged me and the wall, and then back. He collided with everything he could. And I guess at this point the car is done. Oh man. Yeah, and that's it. That's it from this replay. Exit. Okay, then let's see what happens here. I mean, I have a McLaren setup from Interlagos. Issue with McLaren setup from Interlagos is that it's probably quite high downforce. Which is the latest? This one. What do we have here? Max downforce. What is that Packer? Is that for front or like for that turn 5 even? Dampers are... What is going on there? It's actually quite low wing. That should be fine. Yeah, here I have 76 pedal. Yeah, it's funny. Quite high TC. Okay, let's just try a little bit. Ah, it's raining! It's already raining. Okay. Well, if it's raining, then maybe we take a bit more downforce. Should be max downforce, to be honest, maybe. My ARBs are stiff. I don't know. More wing, maybe a brake bias. I'm gonna use the trick. Let's just see how it drives. One more escape. Tires. Wet. Come on. Why is the FFB not resetting? The good old emergency button. Ah, it's... ooh, okay. It's the long pit lane. So race is 35 minutes. If it rains for like 15 minutes, that's like 7-8 laps. What's going on with those reflections? Oh dear. Oh no. Yeah, this is... this probably shouldn't happen, right? That's gonna be a bug report. Yeah, I'm thinking like the race is gonna start dry. And then it's gonna start raining, it's gonna be heavy downpour with... So again, 35 minutes, that should be 16 laps? 17 laps maybe? If it starts raining at the halfway, or a bit before that, it could be 10 laps in the wet. And maybe 2 laps of that it's fine in the slicks. After that it's gonna be a full downpour. But the whole pit lane is like 1 minute. So 1 minute 60 seconds divided by... Oof. You see the issue. You can go very very slow, or you have to go very very slow to lose that 1 second. But if it's like full wet, like okay, now it's extremely wet. It doesn't really feel like extremely wet, to be honest. There is quite some grip. So I will have to decide mid-race if I want to go in, risk the 1 minute. But 6 seconds per lap, you know, 10 laps times 6 on average. Sounds doable. But then it's gonna stop raining. I'm gonna quickly check Eau Rouge. Brake bias max to the rear, but I'm still going straight. That's a lot of grip. Okay. I'm just going to quickly check what happens in the worst case. How much damage do I have? Come on, he's on slicks as well. This is not feeling too great. Rouge in WEC. Okay, well, WEC was WEC. Yeah, I think I will be... Yeah, but now... Yeah, this is now full wet, plus the tires are not warmed up. But in the race the tires will be warmed up, so it's not gonna be this bad. It's gonna be split second decision, and let's see. 2 minutes to go. I have registered, right? I think I have. I mean, I'm still going straight. That's something. Yeah, but that's 6 seconds lost already in one corner, let alone whole track. Tom, you joined a practice session. And I see my mill moles are not going under control, so I am going to quickly join the server and jump and be back in a minute. Yeah, Tom, not a race. Not a race yet. Luckily. Well, I'll be back in a minute. Okay. So then let's take that good old Interlagos setup. Wait. How much fuel do I have? Quite a bit, okay. I mean, this layout with the endurance pit lane, it's really nice strategically for shorter endurance races, because if you can make one less pit stop, you're just gaining so much, so that it makes sense to be just losing a lot of time every lap by fuel saving. But it's also pretty nice if you have a garage here, not on the other side. So cool to drive a track where you have been in real life as well. I was in one of these garages, but in the first floor with Rafa. In the VIP lounge, it was so nice. The only better thing would have been if I had a race car, but I was just there as a spectator. That the hypercar on the left suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Okay. I mean, that's an overtake. Okay. Eight minutes. So 4 laps. Gonna be weird driving this with the McLaren after driving with Mustang fixed. But the balance is not too different, I think. Yeah, this has cold tires though. No worries, Angus. Was good fun. So if I remember correctly, it's not so easy to hit up the front axle on this car. Not as problematic as on the Porsche, but still. I don't know how much I should trust this setup. I made it for Interlagos in the first week where Interlagos and McLaren were released. I think they were released together. But for sure the brake bias should go more to the rear. And then ABS. That's wrong button. 8 or 9. I'm gonna leave it at 8. The TC is high. I'm gonna check a bit less. Is this... Ah, this is fuel times 2. I forgot about it. Of course. Maybe yeah, I'm gonna get 1 or 2 attempts. But if I escape, I'm gonna get just 1 as well or 2, I don't know. Yeah, let's let's escape this. Return to garage, take a bit more fuel and try to survive next attempt. Okay. I mean, Eau Rouge is a corner where you really need to do some clicks. Just for that corner alone. I'm getting only 1 attempt. So I have actually time to decrease the fuel a bit. Okay. Not best. Going to have to be a 1 lap wonder, and I have never sent this car through Eau Rouge in my life yet. At least on open setup. Hi Mike. The worst thing here is that you don't get practice for Eau Rouge, because the pit lane goes around it. Nicolini takes the pole provisionally with the Ford, and he has a good setup for Ford. I'll have to force the tires a little bit on the outlap. forgetting which buttons to move. It's more difficult to abuse and hit up these tires on this car compared to the hypercars. I don't have temperatures though. How many Newton meters? So I have 65% or between 65 and 75 depending on the situation in True Drive or whatever it's called now, Semi-Cube Tuner. Then I have around 45 to 50% in game. I don't like where the tire temps are going. I have 1 minute to go. Can I do... Like, I'm not gonna get penalized for this, right? That should do it. At least until this over driving gets patched. Okay, so we have a car and we have a lap. I have no idea what the car will do, but let's see. I broke too early. Survive. I lifted a lot, but it should be flat, but I was scared. Zero new tires left. Interesting. Okay. Still pointing straight. And here I have understeer. Yeah, I need backers on the rear. But I didn't need them for Interlagos, and this is an Interlagos setup. This car is better on brakes than the Mustang. Right, how many seconds of pace are we? Okay, P4, somehow. I'm gonna take it. It will be difficult to get close to Nicolini in P1 though. Oof. Hello Wolfa, welcome. A car is good, but it's not good in high speed. Let me close these logs and let me open this specific log. That's a lot of rake everywhere. Blue is front ride height. Orange is rear ride height. And let's check the rear packers are not hitting anywhere at all, so I should for sure add some. But the front... I mean, it's not hitting that much. In high speed. Here it's kind of going a little bit up. Anyway, what did we say? Well, we start on... Wait, how much fuel do we need? I don't even know. Just gonna load the race setup here. It's times 2 fuel anyway. I forgot. We have to box. Okay, well then it's a no-brainer. Then I mean, I don't know why I have open radiators. Doesn't really matter now. Think I'm gonna go just +1 rear wing, just to be feeling better and a little bit less packer. Even though I don't know exactly what that will do in what corner. So 35, we can go like 20 or 25 even on one tank. 10 laps, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens. Lights on. Prepare the strategy. New wets. Ah, I have the used mediums now, right? Okay. That's fine. Wolfa, this car is the Mclaren 720S. The Evo version, I think. Thank you, Charlie. I'm catching up, but there is some... if you exceed some speed, then you get instant drive-through, but why is it... Yeah. This system is still a bit difficult to understand. Brake bias to the rear. And get ready for the carnage. Got surprised by the green. And the carnage is here. Not sure if I bonked him because I was hit from behind or if I just didn't brake enough, but we are still straight. That's good. Let's survive. Barely. Uh-oh. 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 So the car behind me kept flooring it. I was lifting, he kept flooring it into me. Unbelievable. Okay. Wheel is a bit broken. Do I have a rear wing? Not sure if it's worth repairing this. This was the most classic LMP2 start with GT3s behind. It's and there is Orouge. It's 100% chance for a big crash, and then you try to avoid it. But people behind are not trying to avoid it. Okay. I wasn't going to avoid that one because he rolled over. But then the Mustang sent him into the stratosphere. Okay. I mean, this is really not going great well. Started P5, wait. I'm P7. I thought I was one of the luckier ones. But I wasn't really. We have like 3 shorts already from just lap 1. Dear, oh dear. Luckily the car is drivable enough. The question is how damaged are all the cars ahead. Well, nice turn in into turn 1 at least. The car is already pointing into the apex, so can I survive Eau Rouge with broken suspension? I can if LMP2 will not kill me. He got a massive cut there. Are we in lap 5 already? Like, so much happened that I don't even know. It's lap 2. Okay. That LMP2 is surely gaining some experience, I suppose. It's funny to watch LMP2s when you instantly know that it's their first multi-class races, because they are flashing where they really don't have to, like they are braking deep into the apex hoping that the gap would open, but the gap doesn't open, and they're still yet to learn that they're the ones that have to pull a safe overtake. Yellow flag into Blanchimon. Oh dear. So let's see what kind of lap times can I produce here. 20 to 6. And the rain is already here. Yeah, I think I can battle for P4, maybe? I'm not losing too much. It's an issue to overtake where the worst corner is the most important one. Just cannot have it floored through Eau Rouge with broken suspension. P1 is the guy that... okay. I mean, it's a good strategy, right? Just slowly push the car ahead of you into the carnage and he will receive all the shocks. And you will just bruise your bumper a little bit. It will not work in real life, obviously, but we have approximations of the Newton laws here. Oh, Nicolini, you got taken out, I see. Now this is not just iRacing, this is a lot better than iRacing. If you don't know what the game is, it's Le Mans Ultimate. You're gonna go full Moroček. I mean, you have every right. Yeah, the game is really fun. The online system works very well. And well, the beginner race, or like the bronze races, like the one that I did before, it was 26 splits, right, of 20 cars. Was crazy amount of sign-ups at Spa Fixed. Arcane, I remember you. Yeah, of course. I sold you the P1X, but I sold you the P1X some years ago because I already had my Simplexity V8. Probably a bit less known sim rig, but basically Simplexity is the company of my teammate Jesper. He's the CEO and probably the only employee. I don't know how exactly he works there. He works with some other company as well, cooperating there, but he sent me the rig in Bursty Sport colors, black frames with golden accents, and I'm still using it. I don't think it's being sold as Simplexity V8 anymore, to be honest. But he's mostly doing custom jobs now. Quality of the setup, do you mean the Mclaren setup or the physical sim rig? That Rouge is really slowing me down. The sim rig, no, it's really good. So I know that Jesper really tried to get quality materials. Like it's aluminum profile sim rig. As I try to not bin it through Raidillon, but it's so difficult. Yeah, Jesper complained about some companies just selling very cheap aluminium for the sim rigs. But he really tried to find best sources for good quality stuff. So I've had it now for 4 years, 5 years. I don't have a single complaint. I mean, it just works, and having alu profiles, it offers you so much customization. You can bolt on everything, everywhere. Track's starting to become a little bit slippery, I think. Where is the apex? I don't have the top speed. He's in for wets. Arcane, thank you for the sub. I hope the P1X that I sold you is functioning well for you. It's still dump. No, I have to box here. I think next lap is the cutoff. The slower we go, the less of a drawback the damage will be. Well, about the prices, let me first survive this mess here. About the prices, you have like lower end complete sim rigs like the seat and the pedal and the wheel stand for 300, like play seat stuff and like that, but it's really having huge amount of play and it's messy. Like it's not great quality. And then you, for 600 you get a proper full alloy profile rig, and it depends on what you want. I mean, I spent many years with... Ooh, that's very wet. Ah, the guy that boxed previous lap... Ooh, okay. Interesting. That was a good decision from the guy that boxed already. Wanted to say I spent 5 years on the Playseat challenge, the foldable chair. In fact, I got the P2 at Le Mans Virtual in the first version of it in 2020 on Playseat challenge, so it just depends on what you want and how much space you have. But we are pitting. I'm gonna just leave it at repair all. Yeah, I was thinking of staying out before in practice, just surviving the extra 8 or 9 laps. But I would have to lose like, what was it, 8 seconds per lap or less. I would lose 8 seconds before Le Comp already. Damage 31 seconds. Does it make sense to fix it for 31? I don't know if it does. I'm just gonna floor it out of the pit box. Press backspace. I pressed backspace. Unlucky. I'm running 138 FPS. I locked it at 138 with G-Sync and ultra low latency mode. And monitor is, well, it's ultra wide. It's but it's 1080p vertical, so it's like 3700 something times 1080. And then the graphic settings are like kind of in the middle in LMU. Have overfilled a little bit, or a lot. But overlay was telling me I need like 95 at the start of the lap, but then he decided suddenly that it's 75. I don't know. I'm safe to the end. And in these conditions I should be better off because it's Mclaren, it's got engine on the rear. So it's got more weight on the driven tires, therefore more traction. It's gonna be tricky. But we are catching that Aston fast. Funny how the suspension damage is giving me much less trouble now through Rouge than before. Luca, I think I did some changes on my overlay, yeah. But about update of the actual program, I have updated it some weeks ago. What was that LMP2 doing? I needed to slow down the people ahead, not me. The Aston is struggling hard. Too wide into Peugeot, let's go. He backed out. Ow. Didn't even feel it. Just heard a clonk. Ow, another clonk. Sorry. Slipstream. There comes LMP2. Let's go. 15 seconds to P3. That's gonna be difficult. Oof. I mean, that's the P4 that I hoped I could reach. But with this significant damage from being crashed into lap 1, I just have to accept my fate and survive. New release from yesterday. I'm gonna for sure check that out. I for sure need to update my overlay anyway, because at Fuji in VMS Pro some people had the widget showing the exact rain percentage. And I didn't know that's even possible, but they had the precise percentage. I only had what the UI says. Or well, the stock HUD. Which is weird, because like why do you export as a sim some extra data that's more precise, but you need an overlay for that? Why not show the most precise data that you have in the actual stock HUD? Like here we have extremely wet, we have overcast and drizzle can be anything from 1% to 9%, I think. But it depends a lot. Sometimes if you see a trace start that it's 3 to 3% drizzle, then you know that it's gonna take such a long time before wets are the way to go. But if you see 9%, then you know, ooh, it's gonna be wet soon. But if you have this overlay here, oh well, if you don't have the overlay, if you have just the in-game HUD, you just see drizzle. Although I don't know at what point it goes from drizzle to light rain. But still it's cool to see the deviations, like 2%, 4%, 6%, back to 4. But yeah, the rain stopped. Yeah, Krisu, you will have some fun if you survive lap 1. I mean, I kind of want to do this race again, but cannot do it today. And then I have other things to do. Need to prepare for the 1 hour of Bahrain for VMS Pro for Sunday. But it's great fun, and it's gonna be even better fun with all the updates that come into the game during summer. And when the programmers or the devs are not busy doing the very important stuff anymore, the more important stuff being the crucial content and the bugs being eradicated, then they will, I think they said that at some point the wet weather system has to get revamped, so we get actually correct parameters to allow for the system using producing wet and dry racing lines and so on. And the puddles actually producing aquaplaning. But I think I've been complaining every time in the wet in LMU, in every stream, that the puddles are just visual but not physical, so... Yeah, the proper leagues, like high-level leagues, like Virtual Endurance Championship, if that happens, that if Mr. Jimmy Allison switches it from RF2 to LMU and runs it at a good level, it's gonna be such a great experience. And Mike, yeah, there is, well, they said it's gonna be one update in May and one in June, but let's see if it actually happens or if they have postponed by a month or so. But it's gonna be big updates, so it's gonna be Qatar and Lexus and Lamborghini GT3s, and they promised liveries and teams, driver swaps and so on. I mean, I'm not really catching the Aston, it's lapped cars, but no, my car is too damaged from lap 1 to properly have a go at the podium. this weather is quite beginner friendly, I think, because even the biggest downpour results in still drivable track. There is no aquaplaning, the grip is still big. I just have to make one downshift through Rouge. And it was extremely wet. And now it's very wet. And it's back to drizzle. Speaking of beginner friendly, I mean LMP2s are a lot stiffer, so in the case that the truck is starting to slightly dry out on the racing line and you try to overtake off the line, which is not really visible enough, it's quite tricky. Yeah, I'm thinking and comparing the iRacing wet experience from Bathurst, and I think, I mean, it's much more in depth, the simulation of the wet weather at the iRacing at the moment, but at the same time, like, I saw the lap times that are possible if you like really properly study the tire and know exactly where the puddles are and where the water is and everything. And if I nailed fully the lap and I couldn't go faster, I was still like 4 seconds off pace, and I was like, how? Why? And then it kind of dawned on me that, I mean, partially it's of course skill issue, or it's mostly skill issue. But part of it is just that here in LMU you don't get that far off pace. Like, even if it's full wet, if you mess it up, you will not get like 5 seconds of pace. But in iRacing, the levels of aquaplaning and everything, like, it just requires so much learning, so many practice laps, properly learn where things are, that it just makes it so difficult. You need like a month of different phases of wet weather, and I think in real life, well, in real life you don't get any practice, but I don't think in real life you can go 5 seconds quicker if you nail it more, you know. But it's still better in iRacing to look at the puddles and know that you have to avoid them, otherwise you will aquaplane off. Even though the puddles are sometimes on a steep hill and they're not flowing off, and it's quite funny, but at least you get what you see. But here we need some more updates. Yeah, this is online. We have a couple of splits, and this is split 1, and it's multi-class. Yeah, I'm not really into AI. The last time I properly drove AI, I mean, I did it once on stream. I streamed that, what was it? It was Spa, but it was this co-op mode that LMU offers, where you drive a stint or two, then box, then escape, and then because you're in a team with a friend, with a Steam friend, the friend can some days later take your car, drive the race to the end. I drove that some months ago, and the AI in LMU is really nice, but the last time before that I properly drove against AI, it was F1 Challenge in 2006, 2007. because of how moddable the thing was, and I just made my own championship with different cars, and I made the engine sounds which I recorded from YouTube and so on. It was anywhere close to any greatness, but it was just fun messing around. Yeah, I believe it should be saying online, yeah. But indeed, you will basically never see me drive against the AI here. Well, Marco, bronze lobbies are probably the most competitive as well, apart from special events and championships. Because just because of how many people sign up. Man, I hope I don't lose too much DR. The Quali was P5, right? I'm gonna probably lose 3-4%. But it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna sign up for some online championship when they open up again next week. And that's ×4 the DR gains, and then I'll take the Ferrari and I'll get 10% per round, and it's gonna be all good. It's just good times now, because in iRacing you have to basically esport the game for 2 years to get to split 1 in the special events. But here it's really not that difficult. If you're decently fast, I guess 2-3 months, and you can be easy split 1. I don't have the highest rating. Yeah, that LMP2 is scary. I think I was one of first 5 reaching Gold 2 rating. But then I had like some 3 or 4 game crashes when I was leading the weeklies and the special events. And there I lost like, I don't know, 200% or 300% altogether. So Michi and David, my old teammates, are both, well, Michi is not old teammate, but well, you get the idea. They are now like close to Gold 3 or actual Gold 3. But I'm in the middle of Gold 1. But it's always still more than enough to get to split 1. But to get from Gold 1 to Gold 3 in these conditions, it's... By conditions I mean amount of people actually rated Gold. It takes so much time and so many races and so many good results. But eventually people will farm the rating, and then it's gonna be easier and easier. LMU is on Steam, yes. Still early access. Not for long though, I think. So it's still 30 euros, I think, and then you have a couple of optional DLCs which give you some extra tracks and extra cars and the access to online champs. Yeah, the dailies are really not great for the rating, but I mean that's part of my thoughts as well. Eventually when stuff picks up even more, I'm gonna do less and less of dailies and weeklies and more of the champs and of top competitions, you know. At the moment we only have VMS Pro, but at some point we will get more stuff. Well, now the fun part of the race. Oh, that's Mr. Vicic. Fun part of the race. Watch. Now watch this. It wasn't wet start, it's the rubber file not updated yet. Yeah, let me know thoughts, it's gonna take quite a bit. So yeah, we have the the LMP2 lost it himself already before turn 1. Big moment. The Mclaren ahead got cut across by the LMP2, so I bumped him because I got concertinaed into him. But it was still all good. Now the fun properly begins. One spinning LMP2 tries to go off. What? So that LMP2 brakes and the other LMP2 full throttle into him. And I lift and the car behind just floors into me. Look at that. Full power. Full power. Still full power. Okay, he lifted a bit. And he survived. That's... Yeah, I should report that. I mean, for the sake of the cleanliness of the racing. Because, like, if you do that in real life, that's your whole career over. Like, never till the end of your life you will get anybody give you a license for any race. Like, full throttling into the rear of somebody, despite you... I mean, probably he didn't even see the carnage ahead. But even here he saw it, he still kept flat out. He won the race. Okay, yeah, that's... I wish he learns a little bit out of it. But the people ahead... Well, hard to analyze the actions of every car. Okay, let's maybe quickly check the leader, Quali. I mean, at this point it really looks straightforward, kind of. Although, no, at this point I would be lifting. Because there you see that there's gonna be a crash. And there is a crash. And yeah, he instantly gets taken out. Hello. Yeah, that's a nice sight at a high-speed section, right? Yeah, no, I wonder how the physics works. Like, if you hit... If he's already hitting me, and then abrupt stoppage happens, does he actually get damage? Because nothing actually hit him. It just hit me, and then he's already connected to my car, so maybe... I don't know how exactly that works, but I mean, he didn't even... yeah, he just pushed me into the carnage. And that was a good catch, you know. Look at that catch. I caught the car, but there was nothing more I could do. And then avoiding the... That was close as well to be rammed from behind. Oh dear. And then the flying car, yeah. Here I thought I was just fully dead or having to repair, but then it turns out that the car wasn't that damaged. And then I saw the car spinning. I started braking. I saw him spin on the left. Okay, flat out. And then? Okay, how does that happen? I mean, I'm very appreciating of the way he avoided me. But I shouldn't be alive anymore. So he touched the grass, overcorrection, spins it. That's failure to lock the brakes, you know. Like in real life, if you... He let it roll. I mean, with GT3s you have ABS. Even if you smash the brake, it's still gonna roll a bit. What the physics? It's just the collision models, right? Many years ago, the devs said that they are simulating a race, like they are simulating racing. They are creating a race sim. They are not creating a crash sim, because that would eat up too many resources. So I guess it's just tires. It's like with open wheelers, that's normal, right? I mean, that tire should be gone. And then it makes sense that he goes into the air. Okay. Maybe let me check that overtake as well on the BMW. Okay. That was the guy that binned it after I said it's easy to drive in the wet. And then he... Ah, there goes the server. Anyway. I mean, it was just an overtake against the BMW. Well, minus 4.5 as expected. And that's it. It's so funny how it's so easy to keep it like fully limited, like at the end, at the max safety rank, but it's much more difficult to go anywhere with the DR. Dan, how are your holidays? When are you returning? Oh, I did finish half a minute behind P1. Yeah, the damage was severe, quite. You're back today. Welcome back. Luca, I will check Tiny Pedal. I will note it down, and I will check it tomorrow. But I will check it and update. It's not easy to gain SR in lower splits. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, for me it was easier at the start because I was instantly always in the top splits, in the top rows on the grid, so it was easy to stay out of trouble. And then it's easier to get soon into the intermediate races and so on. Straight back into the grind. Well, welcome back to the grind. Let's make sim racing great again. And I need a proper dinner now. Just quickly gonna check the weekly race, but I don't know if I'm doing it. Maybe I will do it on... when is it? It's tomorrow. Tomorrow and Friday, I think. Let me check Discord. Weekly races, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, I don't know if I can make it. I'm gonna be sweating Bahrain with the Peugeot to be anywhere close to the podium for a VMS Pro. Anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for the likes, thank you for the comments and the good chat. Have a nice second part of the week, and see you most likely on Sunday for some proper esports against the ACC pros and James Baldwin and so on. Que autodromo, more than a track. That's okay, that makes them... That makes a lot of sense, yeah. So it's not like in German that would be was für ein Rennstrecke. It's something different than that, right? Well, have a nice evening, nice night. See you next time. Bye bye.